Hi, I'm Troy Colmer and welcome to Mastering the Matrix podcast, where we give you all the tips, tools and tricks and hacks to hack the matrix so your life can just become super incharged. So our main goal is for you to get into the best shape of your life by the end of this year. And there are plenty of hacks and things that you can do to do that. And so that's what we're all about, is to give you all those tools and tricks and learn the art of manifesting. I've got my good mate Craig back again. How you going, Craig?
Good, mate. Thanks for having me.
How's our surf this morning?
That was beautiful, eh?
I got me surf. You don't have to worry about surf here, do you?
Whatever.
So got me surf hair back on. That's all right, full of sand.
You had to have that dig, didn't you?
Yeah, why not?
I'm 60. I can lose some hair.
Yeah, poor old bloke. What's it like? Are you starting to wilter a bit? You know?
I'm not wiltering. I'm flourishing, mate. My apprentices were talking about that yesterday, actually.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. They said, Jesus, you're a lot fitter than my dad. I went, oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we had a good surf this morning.
It was good. Yeah, we had it was a great morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, water nice and fresh.
Sun was out. Nice coffee.
Yeah, you had a coffee, you had some brekkie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
How good is it? How good are Saturdays?
Saturdays are bloody awesome, eh?
Saturdays are our favourite.
Hang all week for a Saturday.
Yeah. And then we solve all the problems of the world, and then we come in here and
that's it. We talk
and
about
then talk about it again.
Just like when you said before, what are we going to talk about? Oh, well, we can revisit what we were talking about this morning.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's what we were talking about this morning was about AI. And how I don't think people really realise what's coming with AI.
Yeah.
And the jobs that are going to be taken.
Absolutely. And the reaction even is, oh, it won't happen in our lifetime. But even if it doesn't happen in your lifetime, it's going to happen in somebody's lifetime, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, wow.
But it's definitely happening in our lifetime. It's only a couple of years away.
Well, like you were saying this morning, you only got to go back 30 years ago, and there's no way we could imagine what we'd do with a mobile phone in your pocket.
Yeah. And now you got to think the phone is your whole life's in the phone.
Oh, yeah, if it is.
You got your license, your credit cards, yeah.
Well, like you said, you got your whole wallet on an app in your phone.
Yeah.
You don't even need a wallet anymore.
No, just the phone.
Yeah. It's everywhere, but it's like we were talking about, like going to the shops and everybody goes through the blip section. Man, yeah. I'll stand there and wait for 10 minutes to be served by a human.
Yeah.
Just to prove a point.
But I think the humans, that's not far away. But with the AI that's coming for supermarkets, is they're going to use facial recognition when you go in, and that'll link to your credit card on your phone. They've already got it now in China. And it'll link to your credit card on your phone. And then as you take the item off the shelf, you'll automatically be billed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything will be automatic. So you'll just walk around, fill your trolley up. Everything will be automatic, and then you just walk out.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no cash registers or anything.
Well, eventually there probably won't even be a shop, eh? Like a lot of people do that home shopping. And it's all just, the shops, Woolies and Coles and all that will probably be gone, and it'll just be a bunch of trucks coming round to your door.
Well, that's true too. And that could happen quicker than we think as well.
Yeah, imagine all the money Woolies and Coles would save by not having all that.
Yeah, but they've got to have the trucks to get.
Yeah, true. But it's just coming out of a warehouse.
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, look at the amount of trucks that are on the road now doing it.
Yeah, it's getting more and more.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, they could even set something up like with Uber, or they've got Uber Eats, haven't they?
Yeah.
Well, you don't.
Or my kids order Uber Eats, or they have that other deliveries like home, Hello Fresh and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's what all the young generation are on, mate.
Yeah, I know Sean. He because he's still at home, he gets the Uber takeout thing, or I don't know if it's Uber or whatever one it is.
Yeah, but you can get like takeout stuff.
Yeah, DoorDash or some. Is it DoorDash?
DoorDash, yeah. But
I don't know.
That Hello Fresh,
he was getting that for a while too.
Yeah, you pick off a recipe and it sends you all the ingredients to make that
meal. I don't know
meal.
how good that would be.
Yeah, well, you're not picking the fruit and the veggies yourself, are you?
Yeah, and a lot of it's processed.
Oh, yeah, there'd be heaps. Well, they've got to maintain the shelf life, don't they?
Yeah. The veggies obviously aren't processed; they're just normal frozen like we get now.
Yeah, but a lot of the veggies are GMO anyway.
Yeah.
So they don't even need to be processed because they've been modified to bloody survive for so long. I don't know.
Yeah, with the the AI is the Chat GPT. I think that's just like the retail version to get everyone used to it.
Right.
And then the next one that'll come out will be like way better, way better. And then so like if you're got a computer, if your job is a computer job that we have to do data entry or something like that, or some sort of computer.
So that's mainly any office job.
Mainly most office jobs, even receptionists. Probably not so much receptionists, but
because they've got to be the face.
Yeah, they could be gone. Who would know? Because they just put like an AI
simulated
simulator
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or have a robot sitting there.
Yeah, and then say like a secretary, because you won't need them. Because they've already got now the Chat GPT is that good, or not the Chat GPT, but the other apps that they've got, the other AI apps are that good that you can get them to like start to book. They've got ones now that you can book your holidays online. They can search it up. You go, oh, I'm looking to go to Bali, say for instance.
Oh yeah, like you were saying this morning when that little banner pops up, how can I help you? So,
yeah. So then it does like a troll of the internet, and then it says, oh yeah, there's so many vacancies. Where do you want to go? What do you want? And but the new one that'll be coming, which is not, well, I reckon only be a few months, will be everyone will have their own personal assistant.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so that'll virtually do away with like travel agents and stuff like that. Like you were saying this morning, eh? Like it was just like when we used to go to the video store and pick out a video.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden streaming and, well, it was before that DVD and, no, you used to go to the video store to get DVDs and that. But then the streaming stuff came in and they were gone overnight.
Remember? Blockbuster was a...
Blockbuster and, the Civic Video. Yeah. You'd go there and the place would be
But people
packed.
said the same thing then, don't forget. Oh, that won't happen in our lifetime.
Yeah.
And it's a hockey stick. It goes like that really slow and then it goes zoom.
Yeah, right.
Fast at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it grabs people by surprise, so to speak, eh?
Yeah, so to speak.
Yeah.
But why it's slow at the start is to get everybody used to it.
Right. So chip away a bit.
Yeah. Because you've got to remember the people that we're playing against, the game, like, they've been going for 1,000 years. Like it's not, or longer, or whatever.
Yeah.
They're the ultimate chess players.
Yeah. You got to give it to them, eh?
Everything's for a reason. Like the internet didn't all of a sudden just appear in, around 2000 for no reason.
Yeah.
Like it's appeared for what's happening now.
Right.
Because it has to allow for people to get their head around it. Like you remember with COVID, when it first came out and that was 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
Yeah.
They weren't going to say, oh, for the next 3 years, you're going to be locked down, you're going to be forced to have injections, you're going to be forced to do this, and everyone would have revolted.
Yeah. So get people used to things.
Yeah, you've got to slowly.
Dangle the carrot there a bit.
Yeah, you've got to do it slowly. So you've got to slowly say 2 weeks, everyone go, oh, right, if it's only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, then it's another 2 weeks, and then it's a month, and then it's...
And keep boosting the numbers up a little bit to try and support it.
Yeah, and then every single day they're on telly, and so this is what they're doing with the Chat GPT. I was just using that as an example. But the Chat GPT, so everyone's talking about it, so they release it, so everybody gets it for free and gets to use it, so everyone's using it. And then they'll ramp it up, and the same with the digital currency, right? So Bitcoin is supposed to be some Japanese dude, some phantom guy that invented it. Nobody knows. No one's ever seen him. No one knows who it is.
Right.
Yeah, because that's come straight out of a military operation.
Yeah.
Because what they've done is they needed to get mass adoption, and then they also got to check to make sure it works.
Yeah.
So they get everyone onto it, make sure it all works and everything's working.
Yeah.
And then and get everyone used to it.
Yeah.
Because they can't just go. Next week and go, right, we're putting you all on digital currency. Everyone go, what the hell is a digital currency? What's all this? So they can't they can't do it in one go.
Yeah.
So if we go back to the COVID thing, with us here in Australia, remember they when it first happened, then people were sending stuff around to say, "Oh, this looks like could be a hoax." Not a hoax, but they were calling it a pandemic and all this stuff, and there was all the stuff going around. And so what they had to do to squash it, remember that pregnant lady?
Yeah.
And they busted her door down and arrested her.
Went to shock and awe.
Yeah, so that's how they do it. They got a shock and awe at the start.
Then everybody will go, holy crap.
Then everyone will conform.
Yeah, because if they're doing that to a pregnant lady, what are they going to do to me if I jack up?
And then they tell everyone, like, then it's jail sentence, and then it's this, and then it's that.
Yeah.
And so
everybody just pulls into line.
Yeah.
And the stragglers that are left, they'll just be ostracised and condemned.
And then they come up with things, like their grandma killer and...
Yeah, to put the guilts across.
Yeah, so...
And the mob mentality comes out.
Like, mate, we're up against the best, like the chip and... So I was just using that as another example, but say with the digital currency that's not coming in our lifetime.
Yeah, it's a classic, eh?
Yeah, but I did hear the other day that, which it could be just a furphy from the World Economic Forum, or the International Monetary Fund. They're the ones that are running the whole show. Well, they're not really. They're underneath the Banking for International Settlements, which are in Switzerland. And then underneath, so you've got they're at the top, and then underneath that you've got like the World Economic Forum, the WF, and then International Monetary Fund, and then you've got Red Cross and all these people, all the criminals.
So they're virtually all the FEB.
Now that the FEB are up in top. They're at the very top. They're the controllers
above the BIS.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like a trust. So a trust that you have set up, you have a controller that controls the trust, but the trust owns all the assets and does all the stuff, but then you've got a controller. Yeah. Yeah, so the FEB are like the controller.
Yeah.
And then you've got the BIS is like the trust. And then they control all the assets.
Yeah.
And so the BIS, they control all the central banks all through the whole world. And so then I think it's like once a month or every couple of months, I'm not sure the exact timing, but you can look it up, is they go and have these secret meetings, every single country's central bank, and they're not allowed to have phones or anything in there, nothing. Yeah. To have secret meetings for their planning, to say what you can do, what they're going to do to
they all go back to their...
Then they go back to the country and then they implement it. Yeah. Yeah, that's why every country, everything's always the same. Doesn't matter where you go.
Everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, that's why all the inflation's all the same. That's why all the interest rates are all the same. That's why no country's sort of different. Yeah. They're a little bit. Yeah. Like a smidgen, not much, not like massive differences, where there should be. Yeah. Like Australia, we've got all the resources and everything. We should be like a booming country. Yeah, yeah. But we're not.
Because the clamps are on from...
Yeah, because the central bank, they make sure that they bring you down, like they bring the country down. Yeah, right. Yeah, they do that to all countries. Yeah. And then what they do is they get the country into debt, and then they buy the country more or less.
Yeah, well, they're virtually running it, aren't they?
Yeah, and then that's how they run it.
It's just the ultimate power game, isn't it? Like, wow.
Yeah, so back to the central bank digital currency. That's... because this all relates with the AI. So that was meant to come in 2025, and there's a website for it. You can look it up. I'm not sure what it's exactly called, but you can Google it, and it shows you.
So what would you Google to look up that?
You could probably just say how far along are all the countries with central bank digital currencies, or something like that. And there's a website that tells you every single country where they're at with it. Right. And it tells you like where all the central bank digital currencies, which ones have already got it, which ones are like ready, which ones still in testing. Yeah.
So much it's going to happen in this lifetime, eh? Like it's going to happen.
2025, they said originally. Yeah. But then I heard the other day that they said, they've had a few issues or something. Maybe it might be another year or two. Yeah. Because it's all coming for this 2030, the 2030 agenda, the Great Reset that they keep talking about. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so everything's supposed to line up with that. And so with
it's all gone sort of quiet in mainstream, hasn't it? Like the Great Reset. Yeah. Like you don't...
Because you're not allowed to... What they do, they just ban it from being on all the social media. Right.
Yeah. And then in the background, it's all...
The AI just takes it all down.
Yeah, but in the background, she's still going full steam ahead.
Oh, mate, she's like, it's full steam. Like, it's major. Yeah, major steam.
That's the ultimate goal, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, see, people don't realise what a digital currency is. They just think that it's the currency like on your phone, because that's digital.
Yeah,
when you
they
tap
just think it's a blip.
Yeah, so when you tap it on, it takes your money out.
Yeah.
But see, the money that we have now, right, that there's only, you've got the money, and then there's you, and then you have the purchase, what you're going to purchase. So there's nothing in between you, your money,
Yeah.
and getting the purchase. There's just those three things.
Yeah.
So you make the decision, yep, I'm going to buy those jeans for say, and then you just go to the shop, there's the jeans, you tap your thing, and then you get so there's no, even though it is digital, but there's no one saying yes or no.
Yeah.
But with the new central bank digital currency, it's like coupon money. It's a program. So in between the decision, so I've just said I want to buy the jeans, but it has to go through them, and then through the digital currency, then through to the shop.
So it has to get approval.
Well, yeah. So that's it. That's how that's going to be controlled. So every single day, that's how they're going to monitor every single dollar that's spent.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. And then they can say, oh, that shop's getting too much. They can just turn that off.
So like you say, that's where the AI comes in.
Yeah.
To monitor all that.
Yeah.
So they can see exactly what you're doing and then cut it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they can just say, like for me, say for instance, they don't like what we talk about on the podcast. They can just turn me off, turn my bank off, turn my digital currency off.
Yeah. That's your punishment.
Yeah. Or they can take point. And then what's going to happen, I think, within the next year, will be on a social credit score. Social credit system is because with the AI, it's getting to a stage already where you don't know what's true.
Mm.
Like they can do a deep fake of you on the internet, like look like you, talk like you, say everything, and people think it's you and it's not you.
Yeah. Well, that's already going down.
That's already there now. That's already there now.
Yeah.
And so I think because the election's coming up,
The American
election.
Yeah.
And I think that's how all of those criminals are going to get, with all the stuff that's going on with the children and all that. I think that's how they're going to get away with not being any charges or anything. They're just going to say, oh, no, that was all made up by AI. Yeah, so I think that...
so that's the whole reason of part of the reason of introducing AI, can say that they were manipulated and it was all deep fake.
Yeah, so it'll all be, that's Troy's conspiracy theory.
Yeah. No,
but I say, I'll tell you if it's my conspiracy theory or not, but from what I can see, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And
well, there's always a reason behind the plan, isn't there?
Yes, but I don't think it's conspiracy that the social credit system will be within the next year.
Mm.
Because what will happen is you'll use your Face ID on your phone to go onto the internet, so they'll know everything you're doing to be looking at.
Right. Yeah.
And then if you're looking at the wrong thing, you'll get it downgraded or upgraded. You'll get some sort of score.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we're talking about that before. Like Uber.
Yeah.
So Uber's already got the credit system.
Yeah, like every time you use an Uber, like you call up an Uber, and then they take you somewhere, and you get out of the car, it's already paid for because it's debited your credit card that's linked to that account, but you've got to give them a star rating, and same with you, they give you a star rating. Yeah, so straight away you're given a star rating, and then you vice versa, you rate them as a star rating.
Yeah.
So,
and then if you get bad stars, then you can't get picked up.
You won't get picked up.
Yeah, so that's a credit score.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's already getting tested.
Yeah.
And same as Airbnb.
Yeah, exactly. When you stay in an Airbnb, you rate that stay, what that host was like, and vice versa. They rate you as a client.
Yeah.
So if you've got a bad rating or you trash the joint or whatever, you get a bad rating and then you won't get another place.
Yeah. So that's already, so this is the credit score thing that's coming. Mm. And so that's probably just to test it all, to see how it all works. And then everyone will end up with it. Yeah. That's where we're heading.
Yeah.
It's only...
But it'll be on everyday things, like whether you get food or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what's coming. And they keep saying about, the grid can't handle all the electric cars, but people don't realise that the 15-minute cities that they're building, you won't be driving.
Yeah.
There'll be no driving. It'll be an Uber. It'll be like an Uber, be a Google car or whatever it is. Will come around. You'll just dial it in your thing. It'll be self-driving.
Yeah.
But no one will be driving it because there'll be no one driving.
Yeah, you won't have your own cars like
No, there'll be
in
no
the garage.
No, there'll be no car. You just go and hop in your car and you travel around to the...
So even the way you live, like you won't have a garage.
No.
'Cause you won't have a car.
There'll be no car, no.
Yeah.
The cars will be gone.
Yeah.
But whether that's in the next... We don't know how far away that is.
Yeah, but then again, look how fast electric cars have taken up,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know how far, but the idea is to be prepared. It's not... So for things... Say it's not like prepping of getting food and all that, because there's no use prepping, because say for instance you prep, right, and everybody knows you're a prepper, and so your house is full of food, and I've got no food, and my kids are starving. Where do you think I'm coming?
Yeah.
And where do you think all your neighbours are going?
Yeah.
They're going to your house to get your food, mate.
Yeah.
And unless you've got a heap, you're going to need, you won't have enough bullets.
Yeah.
Because if
It'd be
people
like the zombie apocalypse.
if people are starving,
Yeah.
you're going to get food wherever you can.
Yeah. They're going to hit in the preppers.
Yeah, so it's pointless.
Yeah.
Like it's pointless thinking that you're going to have some sort of shrine and then because you won't be able to protect it.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Yeah.
There's too many people who just go, imagine the whole neighbourhood knows that you've got all the food.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm telling you now, that food's gone.
Yeah. Instead of going to Woolies, we'll be going to Craigo's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah, but it's just been made aware and like you say.
Yeah, so that's not what I'm talking about, but I'm saying about being like say for instance like the 15-minute city thing. And then they start talking, you'll know because they tell you. They tell you what's coming in advance. So you'll start to sit on mainstream media, they'll start to talk about how good it is for these. So they'll do it somewhere. They'll do it in some place. Like there'll always be somewhere in Australia, it'll probably be in Melbourne, somewhere like that. They'll do because they're...
As an experiment for the 15-minute city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll talk it up how good it is and this and that and to get it. So when you hear that, then you'll know that it's coming. So then you've got to say, rightio.
This is not far away.
Do I want to live, like, am I happy within a 15-minute radius of where I live now?
Yeah.
And then if you're not, well then you have to move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all about, because it's not just all of a sudden overnight it's going to go.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow, no cars are driving and you're going to be 15-minute radius. I mean, unless they do another COVID release, which they're talking about doing, but that's like 2025, they're talking about that as well. But unless they do that to get the 15-minute thing down, they could do that, maybe.
And like we were saying, a lot of people be perfectly happy being locked down within a 15-minute radius of where they live.
Yeah, like, I think 80% of the population
probably more, I reckon.
Yeah, they'd be quite happy with it.
Yeah. And then to sit there and get so-called free money vouchers off the government.
Yeah.
They'd be perfectly fine. Like a lot of people, you talk to people about the lockdowns and they didn't mind it. And that was locked down in their house. Yeah. So if they're locked down and they've still got a radius of 15 minutes, which in the end it did turn into, you were locked into your suburb virtually or your area.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty well the 15-minute thing they're talking about.
Yeah. So it's going to, people.
Yeah. It's like China's already got it.
Yeah.
They've already got.
But that's China, mate. That's what most people say.
Yeah.
That's China. And you go, well, that's where it all starts.
Yeah.
Like everybody thinks they're a communist country and they're isolated from everybody. But hey, we were full on communism when we were locked down.
Yeah. And the thing that you got to worry about too, not worry about, but be vigilant, because everybody knows the last COVID thing was not dangerous at all, really. I mean, it was no worse than the flu. If you looked at the flu, it might have been a little bit more than the flu. If you looked at all the flu numbers over all the years, and then you looked at the COVID numbers, it was very similar.
Yeah.
Because remember that the flu vanished. Went to zero.
Yeah.
And then the COVID,
Yeah.
So it was sort of like, and then all of a sudden they said, COVID's finished, flu's back.
Flu's back. But I was even thinking of that this morning, and they were talking like doom and gloom with the flu this year, this
Yeah.
winter season, and like where'd it go? Like all of a sudden they're not talking about it anymore, and everybody was supposed to get the flu this winter,
Yeah.
and hardly anybody did.
Oh, no, no, most people were sick.
Oh, really? I
You,
didn't
you
know.
were crook.
No, not this winter.
Yeah, you were. Yes, you were. You were off a couple of days, at least. You were,
This winter?
no, it wasn't winter.
No.
It was before you went away.
Yeah, it was early in the year, maybe. It was a weird bug.
Yeah, it was
But
a bug.
I was talking about, like, this winter, they were talking doom and gloom.
Yeah, right,
It was going to knock everybody down, and like, but then it all went away because we had a really mild winter.
Yeah,
I don't know. But it's just funny how it sort of goes.
yeah. So what you've got to do, what we've got to be careful of, is that the next one they release is, you've got to be vigilant and see that if you do see people dropping like flies around you,
Right.
not around you, but, you know, on the news or, like,
So you're saying they're going to release something super duper to shut up all the conspiracy theorists?
well, really bad one.
yeah, right.
Yeah, really bad. And it's supposed to affect that. The one that they've said that's going to get released is going to affect the children.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but you know, you don't know. But they're always telling you what they're going to do. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So once you understand it, that they're going to tell you, it's just a matter of being vigilant and just go, oh well, if that happens, then what am I going to do?
Gives you time to have a bit of a plan.
Yeah. Well, you know, you've got to have some sort of plan. Yeah. So what you've got to do is just watch out. And if there's something around, like, don't just say, oh, because it happened last time, nothing happened. Because remember what happened? Nobody knew anybody that had it.
Yeah.
Remember? I was the only one that knew someone because they come back from Italy.
Yeah, that's
They
right.
caught it over there.
Yeah, yeah.
And it, you know, and then, so nobody knew anybody, and then they made everyone get injected, and all of a sudden everyone's got it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So it was a bit, you know, we can put two and two together there. But so now, but when they release the next one, we've got to be careful. You just got to keep an eye out to see if it is really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't always just think because of, you know, the boy that cried wolf thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you got to watch that. But yeah, so the AI, right? Getting back to AI again, is if you're in a job that can in any way whatsoever be taken over by an AI, if it's a computer job, that's going to be gone. Like at some stage in the next few years.
Wow.
So then you've got to start to plan, you know. But there's no difference, like, say for the electrical, when I was doing, so I went from a normal electrician, everyone's a normal, so I thought I'll do solar. And because that relied on all the government rebates, but I was going gangbusters at the time, so I did all the solar course. And the day that I finished my course, the government said, oh, we're chopping all the subsidies, and they killed it.
Yeah.
But because there was like a year's worth of work in front because it was so big.
Right.
You know, so I had a full year, but so then I had to pivot again. You know, so then I did level 2, which is power from the streets to the houses and powering up houses, and there was hardly anyone doing that. But now that every man and his dog's doing that, so now it's time to
you've got to be constantly changing,
so you always
looking out
got to,
for what's going on, and then change to suit whatever the next thing is.
Yeah. Be proactive.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So going from back into AI again, you know, everyone's going, oh, it won't happen in my lifetime. Yes, it will. Like, it's coming quick. And look what happened to Blockbuster. Oh, no, that's Netflix, that'll never work. Who's going to be able to do Blockbuster broke?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That won't
and
happen in our
everybody's
lifetime.
streaming everything.
Then it just went straight to streaming.
Yeah.
Because at that time, remember, the internet was like dial-up. It was like, dong, dong, and it was like, it was that slow, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It took you like 5 minutes for the page to load.
Yeah. And now it's just where everybody's streaming everything.
Everything's streamed.
Like most of the houses I go to, they don't even have a TV aerial anymore.
Yeah, we don't have a TV aerial.
Yeah, it's just all streamed.
Everything's streamed.
Yeah.
And so that's what I mean, how quick. And that's only 10 years.
Yeah. And that's why all the TV networks are going to digital streaming. They're buying up those companies left, right and centre.
Yeah.
because they can see the writing on the wall.
Yeah. Well, their business model has to change.
Yeah. So they're constantly evolving.
Yeah. And this is what I mean. So if you're in a digital job, you like it's going to go. Like it's a blockbuster. It's blockbuster to
You're the next blockbuster.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure, 100%.
Yeah. Well, like you were saying, everybody will have their own personal assistant.
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to work. Everyone will have their own personal assistant.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and so you'll just say on your phone. Well, you sort of got it now.
With Siri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've got Bixby or something. I think it's called. Or
Right.
is it Bixby or something like that? I don't know. I don't use it.
Yeah.
Because I turn everything off I can on my phone. I don't, but it's always listening. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that's just me. But most people, like they walk in their house, they've got the Google thing going, the Chromecast.
Non-stop, hey?
Yeah, so you walk in and go, oh, play such and such song, boom, up it comes. So it's sort of like, and they
Well, like you say, they're just chipping away. They're just getting people used to it all, and once people get hold of that, they just expect it to get better. And it's like Chat GPT, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if you're going to uni, you can just pull up, you just ask it about your whole essay that you're going to pump forward.
Yeah, I think uni will be a thing of the past. That'll go.
Right.
Well, why would you need them? Like, why would you need anyone to go to uni when AI can do it faster, quicker, better?
Yeah, right.
Like, they can design anything faster, quicker, better.
Well, and then like you say, the next step is quantum computing, and that's going to be next
So
level.
quantum computing is like, you can't even fathom what that's going to do. Like, it's like Maxwell Smart with his shoe phone to an iPhone.
Wow.
That's like, you can't fathom how much difference that's going to be. And that's on the, if you go to the IMF website, that's on there. They're talking about the quantum computing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that's coming.
Wow. Well, they'd already have it, wouldn't they?
They've already got it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
They've already got it. But
And they've probably got the next bigger and better version anyway. In the wings.
But that's going to be, well, yeah, I don't even, that's going to just destroy the internet as we know it. Like, there won't be internet because they'll be able to crack any encryption code within seconds.
Yeah. Right.
Like any encryption. Like there'll be you won't be able to have online banking and things like that.
Because it won't be safe.
No.
Yeah.
It'll just, anyone will best be able to crack your password.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look it up.
So then what? Oh, because then that's the whole idea. You're already beyond the digital currency will already be implemented. So
Well, maybe it might come in at the same time. Like, we don't know. Like, who knows really how it's all going to work? But these are all the things that are in the pipeline. So all the things are lining up. But it doesn't mean like you stop your life and you worry about it.
yeah,
But it's just
you got to
being-
be aware.
You just got to go, okay, if that happens, well then I have all these other things in place, or you know, you
To
start,
back you up.
yeah, you've got to start to work on, or how can you put it into your life? How do you instead of it controlling you, how can you sort of hack the matrix? Master the matrix.
Yeah, because the ones at the top will be hacking.
Well, it's just like us now, right? Say, for instance, with your anxiety and stress and PTSDs and all those things, like that can go straight away.
Yeah, noisy neighbours, mate.
Yeah. They're noisy, aren't they? Got the cars going. Yeah, so that can be gone. Like, we can hack that now. Like, people don't understand how easy it can. Like, it's hard to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard
Because
to
normally
think
you've got to go down a particular road of consultation or
Talk
whatever.
therapy.
Talk therapy, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so all that, I think in our future, they won't be talk therapy. All that will be gone.
Right.
Yeah.
And replaced by what?
Well, probably replaced by my stuff, but no, but
Master in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Everybody be mastering it.
yeah, but because why would you, like, if you can get rid of something like instant, like once people understand that it's almost instant, like that day,
Yeah.
like you get something happens, you have a trauma, and then you can, just like the Wi-Fi on the phone, you can turn it off in your body. I don't know what. I don't know if we've always had it. They're saying that we're going into some other dimension or something at the moment. That's what we're going down this new road. But whether that's true or not, we don't know. But I think that something is changing in the energy fields that is allowing for this to work.
Yeah.
Like it's more instant. It's even like when you and I talk, I'll be thinking of something and then you'll say it.
Yeah.
Like more, like even that sort of happens now to an extent, but I'm finding it's more all the time now.
Right. With everybody or just?
I think I'll try it out.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, try it out.
Yeah.
Think of something and then ask your friend or let them and see
if they.
If you can do it in the context of the conversation.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I've tried it out with Kerry a few times. With a.
Yeah.
Say about a holiday or something, and I think, where would I like to go? And then I think of the holiday, and then let it go, and then she go, what about if we go here? Good thinking.
Let her have that win, eh?
Yeah, because we're all connected.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
so you just want you to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to, antenna will lock it in and receive it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you, like you and Donna you'll find it. If you start to proactively listen, you'll be thinking of something, and then she'll say it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, you try it.
I'll try that tonight.
Yeah. But you don't say it and then look at them with Google eyes and wait for it.
Yeah.
You got to, how it works is, right, you've got to you've got to say it and then click enter, you got to let it go.
Yeah, right.
So, if we're talking and then we're trying to remember someone's name.
Yeah.
And you go, I can't remember. And then you'll be driving along the car or something and it'll go boom, straight into your brain.
Yeah.
Because you've all let that go and then it goes into the ether.
And then it comes back.
Yeah, then it comes back into your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the idea is you've got to let it go.
Oh, so you do verbally say it to them?
No, you don't verbally. No, you just think it.
Yeah, right.
Just think it.
Yeah.
And then let it go. And then within a few minutes, if it's the conversation is around there or something, or they may even bring it up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting experiment to play out.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah, right.
Like we're all connected.
Yeah.
Like people don't realise this power that the human body has.
Yeah.
Because it's just a battery.
Yeah.
Like if you could look at us under a microscope, we're just all noughts and ones, like we're all atoms buzzing around.
Yeah.
Just like this table or these chairs or.
Well, they all say it, don't they? Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, we're just a bunch of mass. Like.
Well, that's
energy
that's science. The science says that everything's just atoms.
Yeah. And
So if your phone's just atoms and it can connect to an internet, like how does it do that? Like where is it all in the Wi-Fi? Where is it all in the?
Yeah.
Like how does the phone?
Well, it's like we've always said, like you're just thinking of somebody and then bang, they ring out.
Yeah.
And how often does everybody say, I was just literally thinking of you?
Yeah. And I used to think, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now I know that's an actual thing.
Oh, absolutely it is. Because you've tuned, like you just said, it's exactly the same, isn't it, as getting somebody to say what you were literally just thinking about. It's you start thinking about them and then they go ping, they pick up on that and they go, I'll give Crago a ring.
Yeah. But that's why the FEB, they know all this, right? And that's how they get mass psychosis. So that's how they get everyone on board to say these things like the grandma killer and the... Then remember when they keep going, they keep saying safe and effective, safe and effective, safe and effective. All day, every day, safe and effective.
Right.
And so then that goes into your mind.
Yeah. And you don't have any...
And so that when they've got the forced medication, that was safe and effective.
Yeah, so everybody's going to line up to get it.
Because everyone thinks, it's safe and effective.
Yeah.
And now that, we always knew it was never tested or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like it's never been safe and effective.
Yeah, but they
safe or effective, never been either of those two things.
And then they can just backtrack and go, we were just going off the information we were provided at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Classic cop-out.
But people...
Sorry.
Yeah. And it's at a stage now where they can just do whatever they want and people just seem to don't care.
Yeah.
Like if you look at, say, 9/11, for instance, right? They've got engineers, like full scientists, engineers, people saying that it was physically impossible for that to implode like that.
Yeah.
And then they slow down the slow motion. You can see they goes all the way down.
Really detonated.
Yeah, the detonations go to bring them down.
Yeah.
And then there's building 7, which is next to it, that imploded. 47-story building just falls to the ground. You know,
But everybody
imploded.
just accepted it.
But everyone goes, oh, come on. But that's
They just say as if they're going to do that to their own people.
yeah. But then you got to look to say, what did they get out of it? Weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
They got a whole war out of it.
Yeah.
And so,
And based on a lie, that was proven in court.
But then, if you go back before then, right? Before then, what they did, remember that was terrorism. Like terrorism was massive.
Oh yeah.
It was in our face all the time. Terrorists.
And that was the ultimate one, wasn't it?
And it was always people from
the Middle East.
Middle East.
Yeah.
They were Middle Eastern people. They were the terrorists.
Yeah.
It was always them.
Yeah.
They were the terrorists. And but that was for years, remember?
Yeah.
Leading up to then, and then so they had to plan all that to then the terrorists brought the buildings down. All right, yeah. So now we're going after the terrorists, and we've got the weapons of mass destruction. And so they do all that, and then you find out years later that was just all made up.
Yeah, they proved it in the court of law that it was all made up, and everybody just went, "Oh, okay."
Oh well. You know, who cares? There's a bunch of terrorists anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
you don't think about all the hundreds of thousands of people that were killed for a lie. Nothing. Oh yeah, no worries. Well, people just don't really care.
No.
Like it's so weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah, like we've had that conversation so many times.
Yeah, and then even say now with the safe and effective forced medicine, like the amount of injuries that people have got from that, and the amount of people that have just all of a sudden dropped dead, and it's just like, oh look, bird.
Yeah. But then it's been manipulated in a lot of ways too to get people to accept that it's the effect of long COVID.
Yeah.
It could never be anything to do with
But
the vaccination.
but they put it out to start with.
Yeah.
So they designed it. They designed the COVID. They released it.
Yeah.
Through all the biolabs, and if people want to look it up, it's level 4 biolabs, and just by coincidence, is our level 4 biolabs in Victoria.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and just by coincidence, the most locked down state in the whole world is Victoria.
Yeah.
And just by coincidence, that the most amount of people that died from COVID is Victoria.
Yeah.
Like you know, by coincidence.
Yeah.
Like how do all those coincidences all line up to the biolab being in Victoria?
Yeah.
And then if you look all around the world, I bet you if you go to a bit close to all those biolabs, they're in every country's got them, level 4 biolabs.
And that'll be the area where their worst case scenario.
Well, I haven't really done any research into that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then when Putin's going on about the level 4 biolabs in Ukraine,
yeah.
You know, that's all been proven. Like it's all proven that that they were doing chemical warfare. But you know,
and he warned them,
and nothing happens. No one looks at it. Oh yeah, that's conspiracy.
Yeah.
But how is it conspiracy when it's like it's all black and white? You know. And then say I bring all of that back to the digital currency. So the same thing that they did for all of that is happening with the digital currency and also AI.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's like they're telling us. They tell you in advance. Like nothing ever stops. That you'll see it on the on like Netflix and shows and it'll be in everything. It'll be in your face all the time.
Yeah.
And then everyone will be talking about it.
Yeah. Well, they were warning us that like last autumn about the bad flu that was coming, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was going to be the worst flu ever. And then now they're warning us about the worst summer of bushfires ever.
Yeah, and I got that letter in the mailbox for the disaster.
Oh, yeah.
Are you prepared for a disaster from the Red Cross?
Yeah, right. So
from those criminals.
Something big's coming there.
Yeah. Like, why would they do that? Like, why would they get you prepared, get your bags packed? Like, why?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not anywhere near there where what disaster?
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're getting everyone ready. You know, when you look all around the world at all the disasters that are going on, You know, it's getting everyone ready for whatever's coming. Whatever they're going to do, it's going to be big.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So the idea is to keep, like, in saying all that, it sounds like it's all fear mongering and all that, but it's not. Like, you're not, because it may not happen. This is the thing. Like, just because it looks, it may or may not happen, but
At least be aware and prepared.
you just be proactive and to say, like, if I see that it's starting to come, well, then I will pack, or I will move, or I will do this, or I'll do that, or get my family safe, or whatever you need to do.
Yeah. Rather than just get hit with it and
be a sheep.
at the mercy of everybody.
Yeah, so that's the idea. And even with the digital currency, you know, you've got to think, well, okay, well, how does that even work? Like, what is it? At least start to look at it and go, actually, how does it work? What can I do to get in front of that curve? You know?
But is there any way that freight train can be stopped?
No, it can't stop. There's no stopping. I honestly thought that, yes, I believe that we could have a full utopia in the world. We could. But that would mean that everybody would have to look up and see all the spraying going on and go, why are they spraying every single country in the world all at the same time?
Yeah.
You know, who's going to do that? No one's doing that.
Yeah.
Like, you see all the planes, you see it's in every movie, every...
yeah, well, that's like we were saying before. Your friends they're showing you photos of their overseas trip, or you see it on Instagram when they're overseas, and the skies are full of spray lines.
Yeah, and like today, we just seen them, they were going non-stop today.
Non-stop over where we were surfing.
Yeah. They do 2 or 3 lines and they do one big line. They do 2 or 3 lines, then one big line.
Just
2 or 3 lines,
going.
one big line.
And let well, it was like how we were saying too, about no bugs. You don't see any bugs anymore.
Yeah, so we don't, what I was getting at that is, because, I mean, just look at that. I was using that as an example. Like, everybody's looking at it, but everyone's in mass psychosis. And just going...
Well, we were told as kids, weren't we, that there was Skyriders. And so you point it out to people, and that's the comeback you get most of the time. Yeah, so what? That's just a Skyrider.
Yeah.
Because everybody's they were chipping away when we were young, and that's what we were told. We went, oh, cool. Yeah. And every once in a while, like you're down in Sydney and that especially, you'll see like a Skyrider doing, you know, marry me or whatever. Yeah. And they probably just do that just to balance it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but people don't. But this is what I'm saying. We could have mass utopia if everybody, like, all of a sudden went, man, what the hell's going on here? Where have I been? What's going on? And we all just said, no, we're not going to accept all of this talk. We're going to, you know, go to cash, or we're not going to accept all that. And we're going to get all the people out of the pile of change the government, you know, get rid of all them, put people in that actually care about the country. But, you know, that's not going to happen.
Well, and the attitude is most of the time now is just bury your head in the sand and move on. And people just at a stage now, I mean, look, you've got kids drinking out of cat bowls, you know, the furries. Yeah.
So, you know, and what, that's accepted.
Yeah.
Like, so they're just laughing. They're just going, well, like, the humans are just so
easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Like how scary, eh?
Like how far down do we go down before? Like, how far does humanity have to drop?
Pretty low.
Yeah, how low does it have to go before people will say enough's enough?
Yeah, because people are prepared to put up with anything, mate. And that COVID stuff proved it.
There was a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people did jack up at very minimal 1%.
Oh,
you know,
mate,
if that.
Yeah. And they were strung and they were hung out to dry.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad.
And
then now nobody really cares about it. It was just like it never happened, and it went on for all those years, and everybody just went, "Oh well, let's move on."
Yeah,
and nothing.
Yeah, because we're designed to forget.
Yeah,
the human body.
Yeah,
we're designed to forget, and like if. So, but I used to, I've only just changed my mind only recently. I honestly did think that we could change the trajectory of the Earth. because we do have the knowledge and the resources and the power to do it, but the people just don't want it.
What do you mean in relation to? Sorry.
Well, for like more of a utopia society. You know?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't. People just don't want it.
Yeah. Well, people probably, it's not that they don't, maybe not that they don't want it, it's just that they probably think they don't need it. They're probably happy with what's going on because they're not aware of what's going on in the background. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
I think not until, I think because we've had it so easy for so long. Like if you look at, I know Lex Fridman, have you seen his podcast?
No.
Yeah, he did a really good one with his grandma. It goes for about 13 minutes if anyone wants to look it up. But he talked about his grandma because he's a Russian.
Right.
And his grandma was in the, like at the Depression with the Russians when they had the full communism, and they had no food. And they were eating each other. They had to resort to cannibalism to live.
Wow.
Like people don't realise how bad things can get, you know, because we've had it too good, so good for so long.
Yeah, well, yeah. You're sort of stumped, aren't you? You know, like I remember when we were in the Maldives and all the COVID went down, and everybody was saying, "Oh, you want to just stay there because you don't want to come back here because everything's like we're going for lockdowns." And I said, "What the hell is a lockdown?" And we came home, and that was it. Like it was just bang there. Everybody was dealing with it.
Yeah.
And everybody's going, "Wow, I never thought this would happen."
Yeah.
But it was
and that's what's going to happen with when the digital currency and all the internet will be gone, and I never thought this would happen. Yeah, it's definitely going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So
look how fast everything's happened in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
that nobody ever could have contemplated, whether that's the COVID stuff or the technology.
Well, you look at that ChatGPT, right? You can get a whole business model. They can design a whole business model for you. They can design the website, the copy, the like the email sequences, like everything. You can do the whole thing. That ChatGPT can do that whole thing.
Wow.
And that's
and in an instant.
Yeah, it's like quick.
Yeah.
Yes, it's fast.
Yeah. So there's your personal assistant in your pocket, eh?
Yeah, but it's a little bit tinky, you know. It's not quite there yet.
Right. But so was the internet when it first started off. It was clunky.
Oh, clunky, yeah.
Like you said, everybody was dial-up,
yeah.
whatever.
People got no idea about dial-up. They don't know what dial-up is, all the young kids.
Nah.
Yeah.
But to start with, that's what you had to put up with, wasn't it?
But anyway, so what it is you just got to be proactive, you know. Just be a little bit prepared. Just keep your eyes open around you, and it's not about being in fear. You don't want to be in fear or anything like that. It's just a matter of saying, right, what job am I in? Could this job, maybe over the next year, start to look at what other jobs will be
safe.
Yeah, safe's
needed.
Not the right needed. Yeah. So what other to do with it? AI, you know, like there'll be that'll create something else. So you just have to say, is that do I need to start training myself to get ready for that? To get ready for that new thing. Don't just wait and go,
oh crap.
Yeah. So that's what it's all about. Like it's all about.
It all sounds like doom and gloom, doesn't it? But
yeah.
It's all you've got to talk about things like that because otherwise people will just wait until it happens and wait until it's too late.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, she's a coming.
Yeah.
Even if it does take 10 years, whatever, you know.
Yeah, 10 years will be quick. Look how fast this year's gone.
Yeah. Wow. It's scary how quick each year goes.
Yeah, time's going fast.
Yeah.
Just like today, Craig, the time's gone fast.
Time has gone fast. Time always goes fast when you're having fun.
Yeah. Well, that's another podcast done for Craig and I for today. And so it's not about being doom and gloom and all these things. It's about being prepared, you know. Like you got to just to have a look and do your own research. Don't just go to Google, go to all sorts of things. Put a bit of effort into it. Don't go to mainstream media. And if you'd like to learn more, and head over to troycoleman.com. If you want to learn how you can heal yourself overnight, We're going to be doing a lot more there with the learning how to actively manifest. That's what I'm really going to push hard on that for the rest of this year, because there is hacks and tricks that you can do to really excel your body and your life and things around you. And so if you'd like to find out more again, just head over to troycoleman.com. And thanks very much for listening. And thank you, Craig, for another great podcast, mate.
Thanks for having me, mate. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Ready for another surf next week, and we'll be back again.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. See you later.